Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So I decided to make this video to tell you guys about what I know about buying a car, about car insurance, and everything you need to know about having a car insurance, right? So let's start the video. And it's a beautiful weather, beautiful rainy day here in Mississauga, Ontario, which is part of Toronto GTA, Greater Toronto Area, if you didn't know about it. Okay, so cars. There are multiple ways to buy a car. Mainly, you could either get it financed. Okay, you could either get it on lease, or you can either pay cash and own the car. Okay, so lease is something which is an alien concept for it was for me, so it would be for most of the people. Yeah, so lease is like renting, but you have the car with you, like on lease. So it's the installment for lease is sometimes similar to the installment of finance, depending on cars, but by the end of finance's term you will own the car, and by the end of lease's term you will not own the car. So usually people who've been living here for about 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, they know the system. So what they do is they don't finance the car. They don't have to submit a down payment or anything. They just lease a car. For example, a Highlander. Highlander is a very favorite car for lease. Okay, then comes the option of cash. So what I did, cash. Usually, obviously, you buy second-hand cars. This is a second-hand car, so you buy it on lease. You buy it on cash, and then you own the car. Meaning, if you have to go back home for 2 months, you can stop the insurance, monthly insurance. You don't have to pay for the insurance. Then when you come back, you can reactivate your insurance. But if you get it financed, you can never stop the insurance. If you buy another car and you decide not to drive this, for example, this car, then I can stop the insurance for that. I can get it frozen. Okay, but you can't do that if the car is financed or leased. So there are pros and cons of everything. Then if you're buying on cash like I did, then there are two options. Either you buy it from a dealership, car dealership, or you buy it from somebody of Facebook Marketplace or somebody that you know. I bought it from a friend of mine. Okay, he had this car, and this is the same car in which I gave my G2 exam. And before G exam, I bought the car, and then I gave G exam in the same car as well. Okay, so if you go to a car dealership, pros and cons. You get a very valid set of documents. Car safety is done. Engine emission report is sometimes done. So you don't have to worry about these things. And if you buy a car off Facebook, then maybe some person will say that I'm selling this car without car safety. So you have to get the car safety done, which is a mandatory requirement for buying a car. And the average rate of car safety alone is $140. And on top of that, you have to pay for the repairs. Whatever maintenance is required in the car, you have to pay for that. So you buy a cheaper car, then you have to spend $1,200, $1,300 on top of that to do all the things. For example, changing the tires, for example, getting the brakes done, suspension work, these kind of stuff. You have to get it done, plus the car safety. So in my case, I had to get these things done on my own. So I paid for these about $1,200, including $600 for the tires, all season tires, and $140 for the car insurance. Okay, so this is what I did. Then a pro is that you pay 13% tax in Ontario if you buy it from any car dealership. But when you buy an old car like this, like 10 years old car, then you need to pay taxes on the amount of appraisal that the previous owner had. So what is appraisal? It's like getting your car priced officially. So my car was priced very low, right? This is appraisal. So I had to pay tax only on the appraisal thingy. Okay, so I will not go into the details, but those who know, they know that what I'm talking about. So I saved on taxes, and that amount went into the car maintenance, which was already clear to me that these are the things that I have to get done by the previous owner. He told me that these are the problems in the car, you need to get them fixed. Okay, so it settled down everything. Then after buying a car, getting the car safety, you go to Service Ontario and they give you the car ownership document. Okay, you take that car ownership document, you take your driving license, you take the car safety, etc. These documents you give them to the insurance company. Then you buy insurance. So in my case, I bought insurance and I registered the car under my name on the same day, 28th of March 2023, right? I had my G2 license at that time. So my insurance was more than what it would have been if I had a G license. Then on 5th of April, I got G license like after 7 days. So I sent the G license copy to the underwriter and then they revised it. I didn't like the revision, so I got insurance again. So since I got 2 insurance in 1 month, so I thought that maybe I could share that knowledge with you as well. But let's complete the buying circle of cars. So if you go to a car dealership, you don't have to worry about documentations. They do it on your behalf. And even if you're buying a car on finance, then car dealership will take care of its own, take care of it on its own. They have their own team which will decide whether you're eligible for finance or not. So for example, I am a new immigrant. Okay, I have a credit card, I have a credit score, but I don't have a credit history. Okay, so if I were to finance, let's say a 2019 RAV4, Toyota RAV4, then the price was 31,000. I went to a car dealership, by the way. So on that 31,000, they decided that they will have to get a big down payment from me, like $10,000, and then they will finance the rest of the amount. Okay, so this is how financing works. You can get the used cars financed as well as new cars financed as well. Now, when it comes to new cars, you have to book the car in advance, and they give you a date that on that day, in that month, you will get this car. Okay, so this is about the financial scene of buying a car. Now, practically what happens is you buy all the things all the time, but when it comes to buying a car, you know that you're going to use it every day for at least 2-3 years, so you are extra careful. Then you're conscious about price as well, since especially when you're a new immigrant. So I wanted to buy an SUV. Okay, like I didn't want to go for a hatchback or a sedan because of 2 reasons. See, SUV, you have a trunk in your back, big space. I can put in a small mattress inside it, a small cupboard inside. I can do that. In a sedan, I can't do that, right? And if I travel with my family on a holiday, then I need to pack up suitcases. I can't do that in a sedan. So that's why I needed a SUV, because I had 2 kids and a wife, 4 family members, right? Then secondly, road clearance of this SUV is more than a sedan. So when you're parking your car on the side of a road, on your driveway, you don't worry about the curbs too much, because SUV ground clearance is higher than the curb. So you don't need to worry about when parking your car outside Walmart that it's going to hit the curb or not. Okay, this is good for Canadian environment. And especially when it snows, then obviously an SUV is supposed to have more control. This is sport version of Santa Fe. I bought Hyundai Santa Fe. Okay, and it is supposed to be better than thingy and a sedan in snowy conditions, right? This is what presumably people say. So this is why I wanted to buy an SUV. I was discussing it with my colleagues, and one of my colleagues, he said that, why don't you buy my car? And since I gave G2 test in that car, so I thought that, okay, let's buy that car. This is how it happened. So usually you would want to be very safe and secure when you're buying something off Facebook Marketplace, because if you buy something from car dealership, then obviously you can go back to them and you can get the issues sorted, whatnot, right? But when you buy it off Facebook, then obviously you don't have that option. All right, so that is said and done about cars. You can buy a sedan, you can buy a hatchback, you can buy any expensive car you want, you can do that. But then you need to figure out your budget. For example, if you're buying a car on finance, you have to pay for insurance. Insurance is must for old car, for new car, for cash car, for financed car, for leased car. You have to pay insurance. All right, then you have to pay the installment for the financed amount, right? And then fuel cost is obviously there, so it goes up to like $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 in some cases. Sorry about that. So I figured out that I don't need to buy a brand new car or a 2019, 2018 model, because I didn't plan to drive Uber on my car. A. B. I didn't want to tighten my monthly budget. So my installment is zero because I paid cash. My insurance is $336, including home insurance and tenant insurance and car insurance from TD. I'll talk about that. The video is getting longer, I know, but it will give you a real feel of how it looks like when you're buying cars here in Canada. Plus, if you're working 9 to 6, I work 7 days a week, so I don't have time to keep visiting car dealerships, to keep visiting people living in Cambridge, living in Ottawa, living in London. I cannot go and visit the cars over there and check, right? So I had to make a decision like quickly. Plus my family was arriving, so I had to buy the car. So I bought the car on G2. Yes, you can buy it on G2. Well, you can buy a car even without a license, then you cannot drive it, right? Okay, so what happened was, I went for an insurance. There are brokers here. Big is an insurance broker. I mean, I don't know, big insurance brokers, BIG. So an agent from Big, he hooked me up with an insurance company called Pembridge. But after a month, what happened was that the broker, he called me and he said that they are going to increase your insurance. And I was like, why are they going to increase my insurance, man? I just signed up for everything and you gave me all the information up front, so why now after a month? So he said that don't worry about it. I asked them to cancel your insurance, so you should get a quote from TD or RBC, right? And get hooked up with RBC or TD. So that's what I did. I called TD during my lunch hour today, and I gave them all the information. So what happens is, for insurance, they do not consider the driving experience you have from back home, because no recognizable insurance company currently recognizes the experience from back home. Okay, so what you do is your Canadian driving experience is counted after you have gotten your G2. So this is why getting a G2 license or G license is very important, because even if you don't buy a car but you have a G2 license, so your driving experience counts from that day. So that's what I'm telling my wife, that even if you don't plan on driving a car, you should get a G2 license. Even 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, whenever you're gonna buy a car for yourself, the insurance will be miraculously lower than compared to you get G2 license before buying your car after 5 years, after 4 years. So this is the point. So get a G2 license even if you're not planning to buy a car now. Okay. Then what happened was insurance quotes. You can get a quote from banks, TD Bank and RBC. They are famous, okay, for car insurances, auto insurances, but they hook you up with tenant insurance as well. So basically the initial quote that they give you, they gave me a quote of $3,700 per year. Then within that quote they will give you a discount and they will say that get tenant insurance from us as well. Like they want you to give to be their client like with two products, not one product. So when you will be cancelling your insurance with them, you will be thinking that okay, I have to cancel my car insurance and I have to cancel my house insurance as well, right? So then maybe there are chances that you will get hooked with them for a longer period of time. That's their policy, right? That's their strategy. So I got the initial quote for $290 and then TD gave me a quote of $336. So this is a comparison on G license. If I have G2, then my insurance will be $30-40 more than what's required here. Sorry, I missed a spot, so I'm just borrowing the road from somebody. I did. So Canadians are very nice drivers. You don't find that back home. If they see that you are in trouble, you are in a wrong lane, they're gonna give you way. Oh, I love that. I love that. Plus the traffic signals here just keep on going. I mean, sometimes it feels like the whole world has stopped just so that you can go. If the signal is green, then you just keep on going. And I love the traffic system here in Canada, and I love it. I've been driving for 20 years back home, and I love the traffic system here in Canada. So always take quotes from banks, then go to an insurance broker. This is what I learned. Then go to an insurance broker. Okay. Now let's talk about insurance. So the main difference, obviously you're going to tell them that 10,000 kilometers a year is what I'm going to drive. 10,000 kilometers a year. Then you're going to tell them that okay, I'm going to go for, I'm receiving a call. So sorry about that. I received a call and I'm about to reach home. I just want to finish up things. 10,000 kilometers per year. That's what you're going to tell them. That's how much you're going to drive. Make sure that your daily commute, they ask about your daily commute. It fits the description, 4-5 kilometers. You're getting the least amount of insurance, 5 kilometers commute to your work, then back 5 kilometers, and 10,000 kilometers in a year. Okay. Then they usually ask you to install an app so that they can track your driving habits, how hard you brake, how much do you speed. These are the driving habits. They're gonna monitor that, and based on that they're gonna decide your next year's insurance. That gives you discount. Then having winter tires, that gives you discount. Then for example, TD has a discount for people who received G2 license within the last 2 years. Okay, so that's another discount. Then when you apply for tenant insurance as well, then you get 15% discount on your auto insurance, 5% discount on your tenant insurance, and coming all the things together, it's $3,600, $3,700 a year. Okay, but then what they do is they collect your 12 months installments in 11 months. So my insurance is actually $306, but I'm paying $336 per year. Okay, then when the year ends, then obviously my insurance will be reduced. Hopefully, if I don't have any collisions, any claims, then obviously the insurance will keep on reducing every year. Okay, so this is the scenario. You need to get these things, you need to give them these things, then they give you the insurance. Everything is online. Just call them, you get the things done over the phone, you sign the documents, and that's about it. Yeah. So I know the video is very, very long, but I thought to share my experience on how to buy a car, Facebook Marketplace, car dealerships, and then obviously from the company dealerships as well, right? That comes in car dealerships. Okay, company dealerships and car dealerships, same thing for me. Okay, then cash, finance, lease, these are the concepts I try to explain. Then the loopholes where you can save some money, like appraisal. I told you about appraisal. Then the loopholes, like you can reduce the overall cost of the car if you buy the car from a person who does not have a safety for it. So your price is usually reduced $400, $500. Then you pay $140 for the car safety. Let Google Maps speak first, because she minds it if I keep on talking, right? So these were the loopholes. Then for insurance, for the bare minimum insurance, I gave you the loopholes for bare minimum insurance as well. Google Map, stop it, please. I know the way. I know the way. I've been driving for 1 month now, so I know the way. Please stop. Why did I turn it on? Oh man. So this was about it. Thank you very much for giving me your precious time. I know 15, 16, 17 minutes in today's time. If somebody is watching a video for that long, salute to you. Thank you very much. And with these words, this is Ali Iftikhar, and I'm hoping great things are coming your way.